That's good. So I will discuss few things. So we are searching happiness in wrong place and in wrong way. That's the first thing we'll discuss today. Let me show you one video. Can you all hear me? Hear the sound?
No. Mike.
Hmm? Hmm? उससे नीचे वाला है. Yeah.
It would be good to be rich and famous. It would be good to be the opposite of this. It would be good to have stuff. It would be good to have money. It would be good.
Yeah. It's okay, sir. No.
When How I Met Your Mother first went on the air, I ran into an actress that I knew, and she said, "Are you just like so happy all the time?"
Why am I unhappy? Okay, so Stephanie Gaga hybrid person. Why are you unhappy? Why is it that you want to quit music?
And I remember thinking, like, oh, that sitcom's coming. Like, that sitcom, it's coming, it's coming. And when I got it, I mean, I won't say it was a depression, but you kind of go through a disappointment because that fame or that thing didn't satisfy the way you thought it was going to satisfy.
I had bought into the not uncommon notion that when I taste success, when I get over there, then I'll be happy. But the strangest thing happened. As the show got more successful, I got more depressed.
I thought it would be good to be rich and famous. It would be good to be the opposite of this. It would be good to have stuff. It would be good to have money. It would be good to be invited to a party. Well, I've been invited. I've been. We're having this chat in a private Swiss members club in East London. It's super cool. There's their brick walls. Everyone's double good looking. But I've been inside now. I've seen the other side of the looking glass. It ain't fucking worth it. It's not good. It don't feed your soul. I still feel empty inside.
Even there, I was a millionaire. I had a beautiful woman in my life. I had cars, a house, an incredible, solid gold career, and a future. And yet, on a daily basis, I wanted to commit suicide.
As a people, we made it, and there was nothing to do. We had money, we had fame, and there was no joy.
The media told me every day, and it's telling you every day what it is to be successful. So you've got MTV Cribs, you've got billionaires in front of your face, you have these extrinsic, external goals that will say, oh, Tom Shadyac has arrived. He has the right house, the right car, he flies privately. And when I got there, it was empty.
I was successful in the music business. I was successful in modeling, in television, in real estate. So I made all this money and I had all this success. And here I was going, okay, I still don't feel any different. We are told that if we're beautiful, if we're skinny, if we're successful, famous,
if we fit in, everyone loves us, that we'll be happy, but that's not entirely true.
I don't like wasting my time spending days just shaking people's hands and smiling, taking selfies. Feels shallow to my existence. I have a lot more to offer than I am. I don't like being used to make people money. I feel sad when I'm overworked and that I just become a money-making machine, and that my passion and my creativity take a back seat. That makes me unhappy.
If you are looking for fame to define you, then you will never be happy. And you will always be searching for happiness, and you will never find it in fame.
I was surrounded by all this wealth, and all this fame, and all this power, and yet they were all miserable, and I had never been more miserable.
You know, I thought that all would be helped and healed and soothed by fame. Because when I get famous, then I will be less lonely, and I will be understood, and I will be loved, and that love will go in and heal any of the broken parts. And then I came to see that it was actually quite isolating.
The most important journey I think all of us will go through is the journey in ourselves, to find our truth, to find who we are and what makes us happy.
I saw that if I wanted to live with myself, I was going to have to work on myself.
So what did I do? Started to say no. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I'm not taking that picture. I'm not going to that event. I'm not standing by that because that's not what I stand for. And slowly but surely I remembered who I am. And then you go home and you look in the mirror and you're like, yes, I can go to bed with you every night. Because that person.
Okay, thank you for paying attention. So, just now we saw the video. So, after watching the video, yeah. So, any one of you would like to share? Yeah, share. Anything which you could understand. Wanted to make little interactive, where you can speak. You give the mic. Yeah.
This video you can see people are celebrities are spelling the name, aim, and where.
Yeah.
And we also feel so.
Yeah. Why it's echoing a little? Can you adjust the sound? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Yes. Anyone else would like to share something? Okay.
Doesn't make you happy. Doesn't give you inner happiness.
Yeah, that's what they are saying. They are the people who are very famous, very wealthy, but not happy.
If you ask anyone, what are your happiest moments?
Yeah.
It is never that I have received my salary that day, or it is never that I got this. It is always the family moments that we spend with each other.
Yeah.
Those are the most happiest moments that you always remember.
Yeah. Very good point. Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
The people that were captured in this video were people who received a certain amount of fame and wealth, and those are like outliers. They've received it in a lot of abundance. For people who are still like in the, I would say, the first half of their career stage and trying to be somewhere, I don't know how to think about it, because you still don't have abundant wealth, but your idea of happiness is that to be able to spend those moments and to be able to enjoy certain things in life with your loved ones and everything, you need that money. So you cannot be completely ignorant of that.
Yeah, you are correct. Like, but also here we are discussing that, of course, these things are important, but not sufficient. That's what we are discussing. They are necessary. They are necessary, but not sufficient. If somebody thinks that only if I have this, I'll be happy, that's what we are discussing. There is no doubt that we should have wealth, money, all these things. We are not doubting on that. But what are we trying to discuss here is that only having that will not make us successful and happy. Do you get that? That's what we are discussing. Because these people also thought like that if we get all these things, we'll be happy. That's what they were saying. But then when they got it, then they were saying that they could not become happy because they thought that there's something more which we should get to become happy. More than these things. And what is that we have to discuss? Does it make sense? Yeah. That's what we are discussing. Yes.
दोहा आता है, माल धन एक बार सब एक दिन जावे, मंगत मिल सत्संग में नाम अमीरस यू. All these things, worldly items, whatever we accumulate throughout our life, they have to be left here and here and here. Even our body does not go with us. Then what we have to do? We have to join the classes like the one which you are holding today and we are all attending here. This is called satsang.
Great. Thank you.
And we have to enjoy these moments and then follow it in our life. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So good inputs from your side. So we must know the many things, which may feel that this will give us happiness, and we may spend our entire life earning those things and getting, and in the process we may be neglecting some other important things because we think this is the thing only important, and we may whole life spent to earn that thing, and then at the end we found that and to earn that thing, that we may have been neglecting other aspects of life, other dimensions of life to just get that, and we got that, but we could not become happy because we neglected other aspects of life. So that's why we must know that there are not only, we should certainly earn money, we should certainly earn wealth, all these things, there is no doubt. But at the same time, there are other important things also in life. And we should equally value them. And that's where comes the question of balance. Because our topic is work-life balance. So we are talking about balance. So what makes us happy? Give answer. Balance. One word answer. What? Balance. If we are balanced, if we become workaholic, only one thing we are focusing. If we focus only on one thing, sometimes we say we have to focus. But focus is very important. But only if we focus on one aspect and neglect other aspect, then that focus along with balance. Many times people should focus on one thing, one pointed. But at the same time, we also have to learn to balance other aspects. While focusing on one aspect, we also should learn other aspects are also very important, and when to focus on them. There are time, we have to allot time for everything to make everything balanced. For example, like sometime, we focus on career. And in the process, career because we need money, power, position. We have deadlines to meet. In the process, sometimes we neglect our relations. We have no time to spend with the relationship. How to grow in business, grow in career growth, business growth. We emphasize too much, but we don't focus too much how to grow relationship. Just like we make a strategic planning for career growth, business growth, isn't it? But do we make a strategic planning for relationship growth? 5-year plan for relationship growth. Just we are taking one example, relationship. We'll come to other aspects also. To make 5-year plan, a strategic plan for relationship growth in my life. Why don't we make? Why don't we do that? Because we think that that is not of priority. थोड़ा हिंदी में भी है, पूरा भी बोल सकते हैं हिंदी में. ओके, हिंदी में बोले, ठीक है. तो अब मिक्स करें, मिक्स में ज्यादा दिक्कत होता है. Anyway, let it be natural. ठीक है. तो संबंधों पे हम ध्यान नहीं देते, रिलेशनशिप पे हम ध्यान नहीं देते हैं कई बार, है ना, फोकस नहीं. क्यों? अब बोले हम तो ध्यान देते हैं. आप कैसे कह सकते हैं? हाउ कैन यू से दैट आई डोंट पे अटेंशन टू रिलेशनशिप? आई पे लॉट ऑफ अटेंशन. यस, आप पे यू पे अटेंशन टू रिलेशनशिप, पर इतना नहीं पे करते जितना कि बिजनेस को पे करते. व्हाट इज द प्रूफ? आप 5 साल का प्लान बनाते हो बिजनेस के लिए. हाउ मेनी इयर्स प्लान, स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लान यू मेक फॉर रिलेशनशिप? Similarly, health, lifetime plan. कितना टाइम, what investment, है ना, वो सब चीजों को हमको. Then there are health, other aspect of life. Then career, of course, career is one aspect of life. And also a very important aspect of life is spirituality, which is the backbone of all aspects, which mostly people neglect. कभी कभी तो लोगों को पता ही नहीं रहता कि spirituality का importance क्या है लाइफ में. Some people do not know. Yeah, they wait for retirement. You know, spirituality is a foundation, and we'll discuss how. If you don't have a spirituality, we don't take up spiritual practices, very, very difficult to balance. Here, there are two things, one lies and one is goods. कुछ ऐसी चीजें लाइफ में जिसको हम पसंद करते हैं, पर हमारे लिए अच्छी नहीं होती हैं वो चीजें. We like it, but not good for ourselves. And some of the things are very good for us, but we don't like it. Some of the things are not good, you know, for our health. So this is one example. We like it so much. But is it good for health? No. It's very good for us, but we don't like it. Some of you may be exception, but mostly people don't like. Very good for us. It says 7 billion people on the earth. They all have got unlimited desires. Each person, how many desires he has? He cannot count. The desires no end. So 7 billion people with unlimited desires, and resources are limited. So how will you fulfill unlimited desires? with limited earth. For example, Americans are 4% of world's population, and they're using 20% of world's resources. Entire world now, पूरा संसार चाहता है कि हमारा लाइफस्टाइल अमेरिका जैसा, अमेरिका के लोग जैसा है ना, चाहता है ना, नहीं चाहता, कौन नहीं चाहता, तो एक्सेप्शन तो रहता ही है ना. Yeah, but exception are there, of course, and you are one of them. But आप देखो, majority of the people of the world, they are aiming कि कब वो दिन आएगा, है ना. अभी मोदी जी ने बोला कि हमको विकसित भारत बनाना है 2047 तक. तो if everyone aims and dreams कि हमें अमेरिकन जैसा लाइफस्टाइल चाहिए, तो हमें इस एंगल से we need 5 earth. How many? We need 5 earth. And how many do we have? So what will happen? What is happening? That will happen. What is happening between Russia and Ukraine? Wars. Right? So you'll see the crisis, so many crises. You know? So disaster management. क्या करना पड़ेगा? Disaster management करना पड़ेगा. If you don't do disaster management, then you have to do disaster management. Do you get the link? And that's why so everybody is talking climate change, environmental problem. 1992 में रियो डी जेनेरो में हुआ था अर्थ समिट. So that time they recognized the problem. Now it's almost 30 years. But still बहुत ज्यादा कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा because disasters very difficult to control. They're increasing gradually. So therefore unfulfillment. Money is important, but not only important. है ना? Not only important. Like सब्जी में नमक बहुत जरूरी है ना? अगर आप नमक ना डालें सब्जी में, कोई खा पाएगा? लेकिन कुछ सोचे, अगर मैं इतना नमक डालता हूँ तो इतना टेस्ट आ गया सब्जी में, पूरा सब्जी नमक का ही बना दे तो कितना मजा आएगा, हैं? आएगा मजा? Can enjoy that? No. You put entire vegetable with salt, only salt ka vegetable. Nothing. So similarly, money is very, very important, like salt in life. But if you put everywhere only money too, so there are some of the things essential in life. Some things are essential, and some of the things are supportive. So there is money is something supportive, not essential. What I understand. Just like relationship is essential. What I understand. And money is there to support a relationship. So that we can release relationship, we can grow our relationship. Using money, we can grow our relationship. So health is something very important, essential. And money is there to use that money so that we can remain healthy. Isn't it? Like that. So that we should understand for my presentation is that we are searching happiness in wrong place, and many people are successful but not happy. They are not synonyms. Of course, success may lead to happiness, but may not also. That is the first. Balance, correct. So now we will discuss about balance. I will give a very small presentation. I am not going to drag long. Okay, and then we have some question answer and discussion. So this is the formula for happiness. What? Simple living and high thinking. But nowadays people have high living and hardly thinking. Hardly thinking. लोग बहुत प्राउड हैं कि हम लोग चांद पे पहुंच गए हैं. इंडिया चांद पे जा रहा है, लेकिन लोग जो हैं रोड क्रॉस करके पड़ोसी चांद पे जाने में बहुत खुश हैं. है ना? चांद पे जाके क्या करोगे? पड़ोस में व्यक्ति दुखी है, उसको है? Yeah. So we have, high thinking required for that. Simple living means what? Stop wasting time in so that you can focus on essential. That is called simple living, the definition. So there are many things which are non. That's where it becomes question of balance, and we can focus on essential. मुंह धोना ब्रश important, इसलिए लोग रोज करते हैं हम लोग. But is it the goal of life? So like brushing teeth. Yes, important in life, but that is not the goal of life. You got the point? So we must distinguish between importance and goals. Something important means they support the goal, but they are not goal. You have to go and take bath. That is important, but that's not the goal. But becoming happy is very important. So similarly, earning money is important, but that's not the goal. If you have earned money but you are not happy, then your goal is not achieved. And high thinking means investing time in and energy in long-term, sustainable and inclusive things. That is called high thinking. Definition. So you don't have to only grow. We are talking about so much about growth. You don't have only growth के बारे में बात मत कीजिए. You should talk about sustainable growth. एक दिन के लिए आप बहुत खुश हो गए और अगले दिन सुसाइड. What is the use? तो बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति जो होता है वो क्या करता है? लॉन्ग टर्म के बारे में सोचता है, सस्टेनेबल. जो भी कार्य करता है उसमें सोचता है कि इसमें मेरा लॉन्ग टर्म बेनिफिट है कि शॉर्ट टर्म. विल इट मेक मी लॉन्ग टर्म हैप्पी और शॉर्ट टर्म हैप्पी? So that's very important. So high thinking मतलब क्या? Focusing on long term, sustainable and inclusive. Is it clear? कभी आपने सोचा था हाई थिंकिंग का मतलब ऐसा? So you'll see different insights here. Here we are talking about time. We are talking about time. So whether you have high thinking or low thinking depends on where you invest your time. If you are investing your time wisely in such kind of things, means you have high thinking. If we are investing our time in things which are not, does not lead to long-term sustainable and happiness, then that is called hardly thinking. Only those who believe in living a simple life can think high and do great deeds in life. Those who prefer living lavishly only think about fulfilling their own desires one after the other, and there is no end to it. है ना? उनको हमेशा ही दिखता है कि मेरे पास क्या नहीं है, क्या नहीं है ना? एक गिलास में आधा पानी भरा हुआ है, किसी से पूछा जाए, कोई दो आदमी उसको अलग अलग दृष्टि से देखे, एक देखता है बोलता है आधा भरा हुआ है, दूसरा बोलता है आधा खाली. Who is right and who is wrong? Both right, but उसमें देखने का नजरिया अलग अलग है. एक है पॉजिटिव और एक है यू मे बी राइट बट पॉजिटिव, यू मे बी राइट बट नेगेटिव, नेगेटिव राइट एंड पॉजिटिव राइट. You got the idea? Yeah. It's a fact. ना, मेरे पास इतना नहीं है, मेरे पास वो चीज नहीं है, मेरे पास वो चीज नहीं है, मेरे पास वो चीज नहीं है. इस पे अगर हम केवल फोकस करेंगे तो, और ये भी देख सकते मेरे पास ये है, मेरे पास दो आंख है, ओ सो आई एम सो फॉर्चुनेट. इस संसार में इतने लोग हैं जिनके पास दो आंखें नहीं है. At least I am more blessed than them. Count the blessing in life. You'll be very happy. है कि नहीं? Always thinking what is not there. उसमें क्या होगा कि you'll be very happy, satisfied also in your life. मेरे पास इतना कुछ है, अरे उसके पास तो ये भी नहीं है. I can help him. Help that fellow. है ना? और हमेशा आपके लाइफ में दो प्रकार के लोग होंगे, एक जिनके पास आपसे कम होगा और कुछ लोग जिनके पास आपसे ज्यादा होगा. हमेशा. अब आपके ऊपर है कि आप किसकी तरफ ज्यादा देखते हो. अगर हमेशा आप देखते हो आपसे ज्यादा किसके पास है तो आप हमेशा डिससेटिस्फाइड रहोगे, है ना? इसलिए in every situation of life, doesn't matter how poor you are or how rich you are, हर परिस्थिति में आप सेटिस्फाइड भी रह सकते हो और डिससेटिस्फाइड भी रह सकते हो. इट डिपेंड्स कि आप किधर देखते हो. क्या तो अगर आप हमेशा यही देखते हो जो आपसे ऊपर लोग हैं उन्हीं से कंपेयर करते हो अपने आप को, विल रिमेन डिससेटिस्फाइड, हमेशा डिससेटिस्फाइड रहोगे. और अगर आप उनसे कंपेयर करोगे जिनके पास आपके पास जितना है उतना भी नहीं है, तो आप बहुत सेटिस्फाइड भी फील करोगे और आपके अंदर भावना आएगी कि आई कैन मेक अदर्स आल्सो सेटिस्फाइड बाय हेल्पिंग देम, एक्सटेंडिंग माय हैंड टू समवन, दैट इज हैंडसम. Someone defined handsome. What is handsome? Those who extend their hand to someone in need, they are handsome. So that is real handsome. Or those who are selfish, they are always self-centered. They never think about others. I think about myself. Of course, that's important. That's important, but not the goal. So such people are so engrossed in gratifying their desires and impressing others by showing off their materialistic possessions. So much so that their thinking becomes limited to it. They cannot think beyond that. They're just always busy in show off and this and that. They cannot think high or develop a broad mindset, inclusivity. So that is called those who doesn't have high thinking. So coming to that, now we'll discuss the essentials, 6 essentials of happy life. They are the 6 things. If we are expert in balancing these 6 things, we can be very happy, satisfied, and balanced. That's called work-life balance. The first is spirituality. Second is samay. Samay means time. Time management. We must be focusing. Third focus is sansadhan. Sansadhan means career. Resources. Resources. We need resources in life. Fourth is health. Swasthya. And fifth is sambandha, relationship. And sixth is social service. Our contribution to the society. What we give, what we get. If we give hatred, we get hatred. If we give love, we get love. So we want that society should love me. So we should also do something. अगर आज हम लोग यहाँ पे शांति से बैठे हुए हैं, हम लोग आराम से बैठे रहते, रात में सोते हैं बढ़िया से, सब लोग सो जाते हैं रात में, तो वो गार्ड जो गेट पे जागता रहता है, उसके कारण, है ना? अभी सोचते हैं हम लोग, do you ever think? Should we ever go and thank the guard? We should. Yeah. मैं देखा था, वो एक वीडियो आया था कि गार्ड को बहुत गाली दे रही है वो लेडी, बहुत पहले एक वीडियो था, आप लोगों ने, कुछ लोगों ने देखा होगा, है ना? क्योंकि उसने थोड़ा आगे पीछे कर दिया था। तो ये तो हो गया आपके अपार्टमेंट की बात, और कुछ लोग गार्ड कर रहे हैं हमारे देश को, है ना? आवर फैमिली इज सेफ बिकॉज दे आर रेडी टू, देयर फैमिली इज रेडी टू लूज देयर फैमिली मेंबर, है कि नहीं? तो वी आउट टू देम, वी, हम लोग को सब समझना चाहिए कि हमारी खुशी में उनका योगदान है, तो हम उनके लिए क्या कर सकते हैं, है कि नहीं? है ना? अगर हम उनके लिए कुछ नहीं सोचेंगे, हम उनको याद नहीं करेंगे, जरा याद उन्हें भी कर लो। अगर हम उनको याद नहीं करेंगे ना, तो वो लोग भी फिर दे हैव नथिंग, नो एनकरेजमेंट टू वर्क। तो उसको समझना चाहिए, इसको कहते हैं हाई थिंकिंग। क्या है? हाई थिंकिंग। विराट कोहली आउट हो गया छक्का मारे बिना, स्टेडियम में लोग रो रहे हैं, है कि नहीं? और बॉर्डर पे एक सैनिक मारा गया, कोई रोता नहीं, उसके फैमिली के छोड़ के। विच इज ए बिगर लॉस? If you don't cry for a soldier, then what is happening? Then we are setting a wrong culture. Setting a wrong culture. In the future, you're right. And we will have so much Virat Kohli, but we will not have so anyone to guard us. केवल वही लोग रहेंगे जो मजबूरी में पैसा के लिए जाते हैं, लेकिन वो गार्ड नहीं कर पाएंगे हमको, क्योंकि जब मुसीबत आएगा तो भाग जाएंगे, है ना? तो ये सब चीजों को कैलकुलेट करना, सोचना, इसको कहते हैं हाई थिंकिंग। एक व्यक्ति हमेशा बिजी रहता है अपने बारे में, मैंने क्या किया, तो ये भी देखना चाहिए कि हमारे लिए लोग क्या क्या कर रहे हैं, जिसके कारण मैं सुखी हूँ आज, मैं I am very peaceful, happy, living in this. So that is called high thinking. High thinking. So that is called social service. Somebody gives some donation to temple. मंदिर में डोनेशन देते हैं, तो We should know why we are giving them. Why एक साधु का क्या contribution है समाज? Many people don't know. They don't know. They think that these sadhus are burden. They don't know. If they know, then they will also try to serve. तो सोशल सर्विस है ना, डूइंग। आप देखो संसार में बहुत सारे लोगों ने बड़े बड़े काम किए हैं और बड़ा काम करने में बड़ा स्ट्रेस आता ही है। अब जैसे एग्जांपल लीजिए भगत सिंह का। आपको लगता है भगत सिंह की लाइफ में बहुत स्ट्रेस, बहुत समस्याएं थी? भगत सिंह he was having many problems in life. His life was at stake. In moment he would have been killed. British army was always behind. British police. भगत सिंह को मारने के लिए गोली, कितना टेंशन। आपको कोई रोज गोली मारने के लिए पीछे पड़ा हुआ है। इट्स वेरी टेंस सिचुएशन है कि नहीं? लेकिन व्हाट भगत सिंह अंडर डिप्रेशन? नो, he was never in depression. जेल में तो उसको खाने के लिए नहीं मिला 1 महीने तक। Even didn't eat. और क्या वो डिप्रेशन में चले गए? हमको एक टाइम खाने का ना मिले, या खाने का तो छोड़िए, कोई छोटा चीज हमारे अनुसार ना हो, अरे इतना डिप्रेशन, स्ट्रेस, एंजाइटी, एंगर। क्या इंडिया में 6 करोड़ लोग डिप्रेशन के शिकार या अमेरिका में एक कहावत है, in America if you go office there is no guarantee that you will have your job, and when you come back home there is no guarantee you will have your wife, and then you have to be happy in such situation. Yeah. So anyway, so I was just discussing about the social service aspect also. So समय, there is saying that an inch of time cannot be bought with a mile of gold. So we should learn first lesson to value time. और एक क्षण भी हमको बर्बाद नहीं करना चाहिए फालतू। टाइम इज वेरी प्रेशियस। आप विलंब कर सकते हैं पर समय नहीं करेगा। So there are many things unimportant in life. I don't want to discourage all of you, but अब देखो जो God, family, work, friends, unimportant things, Facebook, TV, all these things. We spend too much time with things, not with people. एक फैमिली में 5 लोग हैं, अपना अपना मोबाइल लेके बैठे रहते हैं, आपस में बात नहीं करते। फेसबुक पे 5000 फ्रेंड है, लाइफ में एक भी नहीं। ना? The 5 big rocks of our life. I thought there is a video here, but it's not working. No? This was a video I wanted to show you. इस वीडियो में बताया गया है कि maybe I can run the video. Let me see. Very nice video. This is your life. Looks pretty full, doesn't it? That's because it is. It's full of all the things you can incomplete without. Love, family, food, water, health, your parents, your passions. With all of these things, you could have nothing else. This is your life. Looks pretty full, doesn't it? That's because it is. Full of all the things you can incomplete without.
passions, with all of these things, you could have nothing else and still lead a full life. But even with all of this, you'll still have some space to fit more things, smaller things. This is your job, your car, your house, money. Things are still important. Put them all away. Your life would still be full. If you're watching this video, that means you're lucky enough to have at least some of these things. If you're really lucky, and many of us are, you'll still have some space left over. These are the really small things. Watching a movie, playing a video game, sports, ice cream. Things that make your life a little bit nicer, but things that are really just trivial in the end. If you wanted, you could try to put these things first, wasting your time in front of the television or the computer, playing games, or whatever it might be. You follow it up with the material things, money, cars, houses, clothes. But then when it comes time to try to fit in all the important things, you run out of space. Some things will have to be left out. So keep that in mind as you go through life. Put the really important things first, and then find space for the rest. If you run out, it really won't matter anyways. Just the small stuff.
तो जार ऑफ लाइफ वीडियो का नाम था, जार ऑफ लाइफ। तो इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग्स को उससे बता रहे थे, अनइम्पोर्टेंट थिंग्स को बाद में रखना चाहिए, है ना, और इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग को पहले, प्रायोरिटीज, इसको बोलते हैं प्रायोरिटीज। फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट। स्टीफन कोवी ने किताब लिखी है 7 हैबिट्स ऑफ हाईली इफेक्टिव पीपल, उसमें बोलते हैं फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट। मीन्स यू शुड नो व्हाट इज फर्स्ट इन योर लाइफ। देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स टू डू इन लाइफ, but what is most important, first most important, and second most important, and third most important, you know. And then when you make your schedule, first you attend your first, then second, then time is permit third, like that. So that's how we sometimes we attend the least important things first. तो सबसे कम जरूरी है लाइफ में, सबसे कम कंट्रीब्यूट करता है हमारे हैप्पीनेस में, हेल्थ में, उसको सबसे पहले हम लोग अटेंड करते हैं, लाइक प्लेइंग गेम, है ना। So that is one of the things. मैं ही बोला कि गलत है वो, we should not attend, we should not play game, we should play, but कितना प्रायोरिटी है उसको देखना चाहिए, है ना। तो this is a time management matrix. तो दो तरह की चीजें हमारे लाइफ में, अर्जेंट एंड इम्पोर्टेंट। क्या कुछ चीजें क्या है, अर्जेंट एंड इम्पोर्टेंट। तो दो एक्सिस है यहाँ, अर्जेंट इम्पोर्टेंट। तो इससे दोनों एक्सिस पे अगर हम अर्जेंट इम्पोर्टेंट करते हैं तो 4 यहाँ पे क्वाड्रेंट बन गया है। तो क्वाड्रेंट 1 क्या है, something which is urgent and important, that is quadrant 1, very urgent and very important. Quadrant 2 क्या है, very important but not urgent, कुछ चीजें लाइफ में ऐसे तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बट नॉट, इट्स नॉट अर्जेंट कि आज ही करना है, टुडे यू हैव टू डू, नो। देन थर्ड इज वेरी अर्जेंट बट नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट, इट्स नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट बट लगेगा बहुत अर्जेंट, उसका इंपॉर्टेंस 0 है लाइफ में, लगेगा बहुत अर्जेंट है, रेडिकल इंटरप्शन। एंड देन क्वाड्रेंट 4, neither urgent nor important but very important. So they are the time wasters, they are called time wasters. तो हमारी लाइफ में जितनी एक्टिविटीज हैं जो हम करते हैं या करना चाहते हैं, आपको इन क्वाड्रेंट्स में आप डालिए, कौन से क्वाड्रेंट में आप डालना चाहते हैं, है ना। like attending Facebook. कौन से क्वाड्रेंट में? 4 में इतना ही खराब है नहीं. Good. So like that, so many things we have in life, right? Like watching TV. So certainly we have to do it. You know? For some, it may be very important. And I'm not saying that, but हम ये भी देखना है कि ये important है, but there are some things which are more important than this. तो तभी होगा, इसलिए हम हमारे लाइफ में हम बहुत सारे रोल्स प्ले करें. एक व्यक्ति है बट उसके मल्टीपल रोल्स है ना. पर्सन इज वन एंड इज प्लेइंग मल्टीपल रोल्स. लाइक यूर one person, he is playing role as a mother, as wife, as employee, or maybe as a boss also. Parallelly, he is employee of the company, additionally boss of some people. So there are so many multiple roles we are playing. And then according to each role we are playing, there are many multiple responsibilities. And from those all those responsibilities, they need time. They define role 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roles I play. For each role, for first role there are 5 responsibilities. For second role, total 30 responsibilities. Then for first responsibility, how much time is required? What is the frequency? Weekly 1 hour. Or maybe bi-weekly 2 hours. So frequency and amount. And then total time in a month. And if you count all this, you see it goes beyond, your limit. So then, suppose for a month it comes around more than 24 hours per day. Then for a month entire you add and divide by 30, then it becomes daily how much hours you have to invest to perform all your roles successfully. And you are overloaded or underloaded. That you can count. If it comes more than, something like 16 hours, means you are overloaded. You have to focus on priority. Then comes priority. Priority. Which one I should give? Maybe I think for me, I need to watch television 8 hours a day. Then I'll be very happy. But if you put in your table, then आपको लगेगा कि टाइम बहुत ज्यादा है. नहीं है, बाकी चीजें काटनी पड़ेगी इसके लिए. So priority that have, so the crisis management. Quadrant 1, you have no other option. You have to attend at first preference because it's very important and very urgent. There is no doubt you have to attend. But not very healthy thing to be in quadrant 1. We should have nothing in quadrant 1 ideally. A well-balanced person will have nothing in quadrant 1. If something is important, it has to be sorted out in quadrant 2. Quadrant 1 will come if we are not very well managed. We are not planning anything, then things will fall in quadrant 1. And then our life will be in crisis. And we will begin attending crisis only because we are not planning. Real crisis management से क्या होता है? Stress आता है. Stress आता है. That is called reactive. Reactive personality and proactive person. We are reactive. We are not proactive. Proactive people, they plan in advance. So crisis doesn't come in their life. And those who don't plan, they're not proactive. So जब तक पानी नाक के तक नहीं आ जाता है तब तक वो उनका सोचते नहीं है उसके बारे में. So that is called quadrant 2 is prevention, planning and improvement. Planning. Those who plan, उनके लिए most of the things are important to important things. And how do they plan? Then quadrant 3, interruptions. They minimize interruptions and forget time wasters, remove time wasters from their life. So that's how balance comes. But for the balance, very important is the role of spirituality. If you don't have spirituality in life, you'll never be able to balance your life. And here is the reason why. For example, we need to manage time. You know? Time management is very important for balance. Correct? अगर आप time management नहीं कर सकते तो how will you balance? Balance means time management. Simple. And for time management, you have to learn priority management. What is priority? And for priority management, you have to learn distraction management. Distractions are the enemy of priority. They are the one who distracts you from most important. And they will waste all your time. आपके सारा समय जितना कीमती समय है वो सब बर्बाद कर देता है कौन? डिस्ट्रैक्शन. और आपके पास एसेंशियल्स के लिए टाइम ही नहीं रहता है, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग के लिए. तो डिस्ट्रैक्शन मैनेजमेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड डिस्ट्रैक्शन मैनेजमेंट नहीं हो सकता तो डिजायर मैनेजमेंट ना हो. बिकॉज़ डिजायर्स दे डिस्ट्रैक्ट. एंड डिजायर मैनेजमेंट तब तक नहीं होगा जब तक माइंड मैनेजमेंट ना हो. हाउ टू मैनेज द माइंड. एंड माइंड मैनेजमेंट तब तक नहीं होगा जब तक स्पिरिचुअलिटी ना हो. है ना? How will you control the mind? How will you control your anger? How will you control your lust? How will you control your greed? You see, Bill Gates got divorced at the age of 57. He is one of the richest person in the world. But got divorced. Could not manage the relationship. Could not manage his lust. So there is no vaccine for lust, anger, greed. कोरोना का तो बन गया, कोरोना का वैक्सीन बन गया, लेकिन ग्रीड का वैक्सीन है, एंगर का कोई वैक्सीन है, ईगो का वैक्सीन, डिजायर्स को कंट्रोल करने का वैक्सीन नहीं है. हाउ विल यू कंट्रोल? अब देखो, मोस्ट प्रॉब्लम्स इन द वर्ल्ड, चाहे वो इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे हो, चाहे वो सोशल लेवल पे हो, चाहे नेशनल लेवल पे हो, चाहे ग्लोबल लेवल पे हो, जितनी प्रॉब्लम्स है समाज की, वो सारी प्रॉब्लम्स का रूट काउज जो है वह है लस्ट, एंगर, ग्रीड, एनवी, प्राइड, ईगो. इस और नो. और जब तक इसको हम मैनेज करना नहीं सीखेंगे, वी कैन नॉट सॉल्व एनी प्रॉब्लम जस्ट बाय डेवलपिंग टेक्नोलॉजी. बोलते हैं चोरी बढ़ रहा है तो क्या करो? सीसीटीवी लगा दो. सीसीटीवी अगर आप लगाओगे, लेकिन सीसीटीवी को जो मॉनिटर कर रहा है वो चोर हो गया तो? अब सीसीटीवी कितने जगह लगाएंगे आप बताइए? दैट इज नॉट द सोल्यूशन. चोर के 100 आंख होते हैं. आप हर जगह सीसीटीवी नहीं लगा सकते. rather than putting CCTV is not the solution. Solution is to improve the quality of heart. मशीन्स की क्वालिटी तो इंप्रूव हो रही है दिन पर दिन, लेकिन इंसान की क्वालिटी गिरती जा रही है दिन पर दिन. क्यों ऐसा है? क्योंकि मशीन की क्वालिटी को इंप्रूव करने के लिए बड़े बड़े यूनिवर्सिटीज हमने बना रखी है, लेकिन इंसान की क्वालिटी को इंप्रूव करने के लिए जब बड़े मंदिर बनते हैं तो बोलते हैं इतना बड़ा मंदिर की क्या जरूरत है कि नहीं? We are coming to that. We are coming to that. We'll explain everything. We'll explain everything. Because that is not our priority. मशीन की क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करना, एक्सप्रेसवे की क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करना, मेट्रो की क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करना, that's our priority. And we invest millions and millions of dollars for that. But to improve the quality of human being, how much do we invest? Hardly. अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कि एक कोर्स हम कराने जा रहे हैं, launching to improve the quality of human being, how many people will enroll? बोलेंगे पैसा मिलेगा क्या उससे? नौकरी मिलेगी क्या? इसलिए आप देखो, क्वालिटी ऑफ रोबोट्स आर बेटर देन ह्यूमंस, वेरी एफिशिएंट, पक्का काम करते हैं 8 घंटे, इंसान नहीं करेगा। आने वाले समय में रोबोट्स को नौकरी मिलेगी, इंसान को नहीं। रोबोट्स विल बी एबल टू डू ऑल द वर्क, so human, what will they do? They will be busy with a smartphone. Empty mind is devil's workshop. Yes, that's what will happen. So very important is spirituality. So now, what is spirituality? So there are 3 quotients: IQ, EQ, and SQ. No. Intelligence quotient, emotional quotient, and spiritual quotient. 3 types of intelligence also. Like computers, they have IQ, very high IQ, better than humans, but they don't have EQ and SQ. And animals, they have IQ also and EQ also, but they don't have SQ. Emotional is there, emotions are there in animals, but they don't have SQ. SQ means searching for purpose. People with high SQ always focus on, they're very clear what is the goal. Essentials. They focus on essentials. Those who are not very high SQ, they cannot focus on essentials. Goal. No. Main goal. What is the purpose? They ask, what is the purpose of my life? Why do I exist? For example, I'll give you an example. फुटबॉल मैच अभी हुआ, फीफा वर्ल्ड कप हुआ। मान लीजिए फुटबॉल मैच चल रहा है, फुटबॉल मैच इज गोइंग ऑन एंड देयर आर 11 players this side, 11 players that side. They're all very busy hitting the ball and playing, and then but there is no goal post. What is the goal? Nobody knows. Why are you busy, sir? You are running so fast, you are very busy. For what? I don't know. What is the goal? First we should, just like कोई आप सबने अभी PhD किया होगा या किसी को देखा होगा PhD करते हुए, तो दे स्टार्ट ए प्रोजेक्ट वर्क, तो सबसे पहले क्या डिफाइन करते हैं? एम्स एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव, isn't it? Aim and objective. For what problem we are going to work? What is the goal of my project? What are the aim of the project? उसी तरह से, yeah, human life is a project. Human life is a project. And when we start the project of human life, first we should define what is the goal. Then you start working. यानी कि 30 साल से प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है, गोल क्या है? I don't know. गोल क्या है आपकी लाइफ का? पैसा कमाना। गोल क्या है? Ultimately, so that's why SQ, it says that high SQ people, they focus on most critical question is what you need. Why should I react this way? Is it necessary to get in a fight? What am I going to get out of it? इस तरह का क्वेश्चन आप देखो ज्यादातर लोग सोचते भी नहीं है ये सब। लड़ाई कर लेंगे, पीट पाट के जेल में चले जाएंगे, सोचेंगे ही नहीं कि क्या इससे फायदा होगा, कैलकुलेशन नहीं करके जाते हैं। They don't care. Animals, you should not see them calculating. इसका क्या परिणाम होगा? High IQ people, they think, do such kind of calculation. The intelligence required to ask most fundamental and basic question in life and seek answer is called spiritual intelligence or spiritual person. The spiritual quotient can be developed in 3 ways. Okay? So first we should have a guru. What? Guru. Second is the book, spiritual text. Yeah. And third is the process, practice. There are three aspects. कई बार गुरु का नाम से तो गुरु की क्या जरूरत है, लोग पूछते हैं गुरु की क्या जरूरत है ना। बिना गुरु के आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते। अगर आपको गली में क्रिकेट खेलना है तब तो ठीक है, बिना कोच के आप खेल सकते हो। बट आपको अगर एक्सेलेंट स्टार क्रिकेट का बनना है क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड में, तो यू कैनॉट बिकम ए स्टार विदाउट ए कोच। यस और नो? आपने देखा है कोई क्रिकेट स्टार बन गया विदाउट कोच? या म्यूजिक स्टार बन गया विदाउट कोच? सम एक्सेप्शन ऑफ कोर्स कैन बी देयर, बट मोस्टली नॉट। हर फील्ड में विदाउट कोच यू कैनॉट एक्सेल। तो उसी तरह से स्पिरिचुअलिटी में भी यू नीड ए कोच who will guide you how to practice spirituality, how to excel in this field. If you genuinely want benefit of spirituality, so that is the guide who is expert, but coach should be very expert. नहीं कि ना कपड़ा लाल पहन लिया तो कोच गुरु बन गया। He should have that level of maturity. Second है, there are books, spiritual books revealed by God himself. भगवान ने ही ऐसी बुक्स को क्या किया है, प्रकट किया है संसार में। So the medium sages, those books if we read, they will give us very very deep insight of life, a different perception to see the world. जैसे एक बच्चा होता है, जब आप देखें दो बच्चे प्लास्टिक के खिलौने के लिए बहुत लड़ाई करते हैं, एक दूसरे का सिर फोड़ देते हैं, है ना। और वही जब बड़े हो जाते हैं तो उनका अपना म्यूजियम होता है घर में, जहाँ बचपन के सारे खिलौने स्टॉक करके रखे रहते हैं। उसमें देखते हैं, अच्छा इसी के लिए मैंने अपने भाई का सिर फोड़ा था। अरे यार पागल, कोई प्लास्टिक के लिए। They feel foolish, they laugh at themselves. Same person has become so mature, different vision now. That is the difference of becoming spiritual vision. If you have a spiritual vision, what you feel so stressed, depressed, if you have spiritual, कुछ नहीं लगेगा। अरे क्या ये छोटी मोटी चीजों के लिए इतना टेंशन, इसका कोई मीनिंग नहीं लाइफ में, इसके लिए मैं रो रहा हूँ इतना ज्यादा, हैं? Big things will have no impact on you. You will not feel stressed. You will remain cool-headed, calm, because you will see from the spiritual perspective everything. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, "Matra surfastu kante sito swan sukudukda agama payo nitya tansi picha sobha." कहते हैं अर्जुन को कि हे भारत, जब तुम इस संसार में रहोगे तो सुख और दुख आएगा, सर्दी और गर्मी की तरह। सर्दी के मौसम में कितने लोग डिप्रेशन में चले गए सर्दी के कारण। सर्दी के कारण डिप्रेशन हुआ किसी को? शरीर ठंडा हो गया। या गर्मी में कितने लोग डिप्रेशन में चले जाते हैं गर्मी के कारण। कौन है जिसने इतना गर्मी बढ़ाया? पकड़ो और मारो उसको। Nobody. और पहले एयर कंडीशन नहीं था तो लोग एक छोटा पंखा ले लेते थे और ऐसे अपना पेड़ के नीचे बैठ के गर्मी बिता लेते थे, तो शरीर गर्म रहता था लेकिन दिमाग ठंडा, है ना। शरीर गर्म रहता था बट दिमाग ठंडा रहता था, इतना डिप्रेशन स्ट्रेस में नहीं जाते थे। और आजकल एसी में बैठे, शरीर ठंडा है, दिमाग गर्म रहता है नहीं? छोटी छोटी बातों पे दिमाग गर्म हो जाता है ना। क्यों? स्पिरिचुअल विजन नहीं। कृष्ण बता रहे हैं ये सुख दुख आता है जीवन में। भगवान बोलते मेरे जीवन में भी आता है, तुम तो जीव हो, मैं तो भगवान हूँ। मेरे लाइफ में देखो, मैं एक दिन पहले भगवान श्री राम का राज्याभिषेक होने वाला था, अगले दिन वनवास का आदेश मिल गया है। गोस्वामी तुलसीदास जी लिखते हैं कि जब राज्याभिषेक का सूचना मिला तो भी मुस्कुरा रहे थे, और जब वनवास जाने का मिला तो भी मुस्कुरा रहे थे। कोई डिप्रेशन नहीं था, कोई स्ट्रेस नहीं था, कोई एंजाइटी नहीं, है कि नहीं? जैसे फेजेज ऑफ लाइफ, आप हर चीज का एंजॉय कर सकते हो। आप भगवान कृष्ण की लीला पढ़िए। He has got 16,108 wives and he was managing everyone. Wife means बहुत गुस्सा करती है, बहुत गुस्सा करेगी। I was reading one pastime in Harivansh Puran about Lord Krishna. He was sitting with Rukmini and Narad ji came and gave one parijata flower to Rukmini. He handed it over to Krishna and said कि आप सबसे आप फेवरेट वाइफ को देना। तो रुक्मिणी वहां बैठी थी, कृष्ण ने रुक्मिणी को दे दिया, और कुछ दासियां जो है वो जाकर सत्यभामा को बता दिया, तुम पागल सोचती हो कि तुम फेवरेट हो, आज हमको पता चल गया तो फेवरेट रुक्मिणी है। एंड देन लॉर्ड कृष्णा केम टू मीट सत्यभामा एंड शी वाज वेरी अपसेट एंड शी वाज चैस्टाइजिंग लॉर्ड लाइक एनीथिंग, and Lord was just standing, hearing, silent, smiling. और पूरा आधे घंटे तक एंड डिटेल में लिखा हुआ है कैसे कैसे उसने चेस्टाइज, पूरा डिटेल में लिखा हुआ है। एंड व्हाट कृष्णा इज स्टैंडिंग, ओके। एंड एट द एंड कृष्णा जब उसका पूरा बोल के शांत हो गई तो कृष्णा बोलते हैं कुछ अच्छा भी किया है मैंने तुम्हारे लिए, एक भी चीज याद करो। You know, and then her anger got vanished. So like that, you know, the person who has, even the God in his life comes and he accepts all those things to show us how to act and how to behave. मैं पति हूं तो मैं तो झापड़ मार के चुप करा दूंगा, या I have to dominate, why I should go down, why I should listen? But he's God, he's saying this, I am God and I am listening. I'm listening. But who can listen? If you take it on ego, you cannot listen. But you take it as a rasa, yeah, you can enjoy. Just like खाने में थोड़ा मिर्च डालते हैं ना, मिर्चा तो क्या रहता है, मजा आता है, टेस्ट बढ़ जाता है। तो उसी तरह से डांट भी क्या है, मिर्च की तरह है। कई बार sometimes wife will become angry and you have to learn to release that also. You are entering marriage life. You don't know that, you cannot handle. So here the rasa, and that vision comes from spirituality. If you have ego, you will not develop that kind of vision. So how to become ego free? That spirituality gives you information. So these literatures, I was talking about the literatures. These literatures will give you that vision if you read that. Perhaps the most popular books have come from the scriptures. Like if you 7 Habits of Highly Effective People or Speed of Trust, many such books have been written and very popular today. Is written based on the concept of Bible. They are talking about integrity. They are talking about intent. They are not talking about business strategy. Integrity, intent, character, honesty. That's what makes you actually leader. आप corporate world में जाइए, आज most of the discussion around leadership discussion goes on integrity, honesty, character. So these things we can develop, and that's what the scriptures are talking about. They are the foundation. Temporarily you may lose, but in long term you will gain. If you are honest. Temporarily you may lose, but if you You control your ego. Temporarily, you may feel defeated, but in long run, you'll win. More important than winning is to more important than defeating is to winning the person. We want to defeat other person. We should not defeat. We should win the person. There is a difference between defeating and winning. Yes or no? I have defeated you. And I have won you. देखने में एक जैसा लगेगा, but there is a lot of difference. Yeah. Okay. So these perspectives comes from the scriptures. That's why we should study Gita. And then meditation, practicing those perspectives, those information which we get from the scriptures in our day-to-day life. That is called meditation. Meditation को कई बार बैठ के ध्यान. No, that is not meditation. Open-eyed meditation. Walking meditation. That's what Krishna is teaching Arjuna. On the battlefield, meditation is being taught. है ना? गीता कहाँ बोली गई? Battlefield में. Not in a classroom. Not in Himalayas. Where? Battlefield. Open-eyed meditation. Meditation in the war. तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु माम अनुस्मर युद्धे च मयि अर्पित मनोबुद्धि. मुझे स्मरण करते हुए युद्ध करो. Meditation, fight, battle. So practicing meditation. No? Even day-to-day life, every moment. I am talking with my son, I am in meditation. Yeah, characteristic. We have become so expert in meditation that we can meditate anywhere. In the beginning, we have to make it good. Practice when we are doing, we have to practice in a very controlled atmosphere. But to practice के बाद, when that practice becomes mature, we can meditate anywhere. That is actual meditation. Yeah, because जब लड़ाई झगड़ा हो गया, problems life में आएगी तो seminar hall में नहीं आएगी. Problem will come in the house or in the work. Work-life balance temple के अंदर नहीं आएगा. When you go to work there आए, वहाँ पे आएगा. So you have to be so strong through meditation, through practice, that you can execute there also when it comes. So these three ways we can do. So meditation is also a very important aspect. Meditation means basically practicing the principles in our day-to-day life. हम बहुत कुछ जानते हैं, but what is it? We don't practice in life. कितने लोगों को नहीं पता है कि चोरी करना पाप? बताइए. आईएएस अफसर को पता है कि नहीं चोरी करना पाप? पता है, फिर भी चोरी करता है. How many IAS officers are corrupt? क्यों? उसको पता है. Knowledge एक अलग चीज होता है, and walk on the path of knowledge is different. That is very very difficult, very very challenging. How much you know? रावण सब कुछ पता था उसको, बहुत बड़ा पंडित था वो. But most important is how walking on that knowledge. So walking on the knowledge, that strength that requires inner strength to resist the temptations, and that comes by what? Practice. That needs practice. Abhyas yogena tu kaunteya vairagyam cha drishyate. Krishna says practice. So what is the practice? Practice is like a mental gymnasium. हम जिम में जाके क्या करते हैं? मसल्स को स्ट्रॉन्ग करते हैं, है ना? उसी तरह से मेंटल मसल्स को स्ट्रॉन्ग करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए? मेडिटेशन, to strengthen mind. So some people meditate on objects, like a lamp जला के उस पे ध्यान लगाते हैं. Some people meditate in mind, dhyana. Some people chant mantras and they meditate on mantras. But the principle is same, to focus, concentrate mind on one particular thing. So pratyahar, माइंड इधर उधर भागेगा, उसको पकड़ के लाना है ना, ब्रिंग हिम बैक वन पॉइंट, वन प्लेस, यू हैव टू, इसको प्रैक्टिस। जैसे ही आप 2 सेकंड करेंगे फिर से माइंड भाग जाएगा, अगेन ब्रिंग बैक, हियर आई हैव टू, so we chant like we chant महामंत्र हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम। So this mantra we chant and then mind चला जाता है, ऑफिस में चला जाता है, चैंटिंग कर रहा है, चला गया ऑफिस में, तो तुरंत पकड़ के दूर लाने के, इधर आओ, अभी मंत्र पे ध्यान लगाओ फिर 2 सेकंड फिर चला जाए। If you chant, you'll observe your mind. At least you develop the practice to observe your own mind. That is a very great characteristic quality, to observe my own emotions. अपने को बाहर निकालो अपने इमोशन से, इमोशंस को से अपने को सेपरेट करना, है ना। दिस इज माय इमोशन एंड आई एम डिफरेंट फ्रॉम माय, एंड आई एम वाचिंग माय इमोशन, आई बिकम माय ओन जज, आई कैन बिकम। हम दूसरों को तो जज करते हैं, डू वी जज आवरसेल्फ? हमारा जो भी दिमाग आता है में थॉट आते, बोलते ये सही है, आई एम ऑलवेज राइट। समटाइम वी शुड क्वेश्चन आवर ओन, उसके लिए हमें अपने आप को अपने थॉट से अलग करना पड़ता है। दैट इज कॉल्ड, कृष्णा सेज यू आर द सोल, यू आर नॉट योर माइंड, यू आर नॉट योर बॉडी, यू आर सोल। सोल, सेपरेट योरसेल्फ फ्रॉम योर माइंड एंड ऑब्जर्व योर ओन माइंड। क्या कह रहा है अभी? माइंड कह रहा है इसको थप्पड़ मार दे, बोलिए मेरा मन कर रहा है अभी मार दूं इसको, बहुत गाली देने का मन कर रहा है, आप क्या करोगे? वेट, लेट मी कैलकुलेट, इज इट राइट, इज इट करेक्ट? अगर भगवान कृष्ण होते तो क्या करते ऐसी सिचुएशन? क्या वो ऐसे करते? दैट इज कॉल्ड कंट्रोल, दैट इज कॉल्ड, दैट मेक्स यू प्रोएक्टिव, नॉट रिएक्टिव। यू कैनॉट बी proactive without separating yourself from your mind. It's not possible, and that is practice. For that you have to observe your own mind. अभी mind क्या कर रहा है, mind कहाँ जा रहा है? Yeah.
One very interesting one is that I don't get too much time to sit and meditate now. What I do is, even when I'm eating food, I'm chewing food. At that point in time, I'm only focusing on how I'm being in present at that moment.
Yeah.
And that itself is even meditation.
Yeah. You are right. So, but you know, Gaur Gopal Das, if you ask him, he meditates daily. He told in one interview that from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, I daily meditate. I chant daily 16 rounds. Mahamantra, Hare Krishna. The same Mahamantra he chants daily for 2 hours daily. That is his vow. He doesn't have any option. He has to chant. He has taken vow and he's chanting since last 20 years. Daily. This is for private life. I'm disclosing to all of you because I know him before he was famous. So, you know, they all chant. Even the Vivek Bindra is very famous speaker. He also chants daily 16 rounds. Mahamantra, meditates. But they don't tell others because there are many people, they think that, you know, he's Hindu or why should I listen? So they speak in general terms, meditation, like that. But every successful person, these kind of people who are inspirational, they meditate. Apart from meditating on eating, they meditate personally, focus, and then they can meditate, you know, everywhere. Yeah, that is beyond that. Every moment, that is the goal. But first you have to, like morning you have to do some exercise exclusively so that the whole day you can even fit. That's the idea. So some exclusive time for meditation must be given. And then that whole day you can try to meditate. But एक मोमेंटम बनना चाहिए. एक मोमेंटम बन जाता है ना, तो फिर जैसे गाड़ी को एक बार ट्रेन को चलाने में सबसे ज्यादा मेहनत लगता है. एक बार ट्रेन चल पड़ती है तो उसको रोकने में मेहनत करना पड़ता है कि नहीं? So that momentum has to be picked up in the morning, early morning. If you pick up, then whole day you can go with that momentum. So that is called mental gymnasium, practice. The exclusive practice करना चाहिए, so that whole day I can do, practice. I can remain in that constant. Is it okay? So in the control atmosphere, we should practice first, so that, and we become so expert that we can do in uncontrolled atmosphere also. But first is to begin with controlled atmosphere. इसलिए बच्चा होता है, शुरू में चलना शुरू करता है तो गिर जाता है, तो माँ उसको उंगली पकड़ाती है, पकड़ो सपोर्ट लेकर, है ना? और फिर चलते चलते वो इतना स्ट्रांग हो जाता है कि दौड़ने लगता है अपने पैरों पे, और फिर दूसरों को भी कंधे पे उठा के दौड़ता है. But in the beginning he needs a controlled, a support to develop the strength. Strength is already there, बाहर से नहीं है, बच्चे के अंदर स्ट्रेंथ है, पोटेंशियल है, but to bring out that potential needs practice. When you practice, the potential comes out. Like muscles already हैं, but to make them strong and useful, you have to practice. Do some gym, go in gym, and then that muscle becomes strong. That strength is already there, but to bring out that strength, latent strength, you have to do some practice. Is that clear? And that is called meditation. So just like I give some small video I have, but it's not playing. And then third, sansadhan. Sansadhan, two things are presence of time, body, and presence of mind. If these two you have, you can easily become excel in your career. What is that? Presence of and presence of mind. Sometimes we are bodily present, mentally absent. That's why student बैठता है पढ़ने के लिए, bodily present है, mind absent है. So you cannot focus. But if you learn spirituality and meditation technique, you can very easily focus on your job, on your career, on your relationship. You can control the desires, and then sambandha, relationship also very important. तो रिलेशनशिप को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है? ईगो को कंट्रोल करना. एंड ईगो को कंट्रोल करना एक नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट होगा, उसके बदले में क्या है? यू रेडिएट लव फ्रॉम योर पर्सनालिटी, गिविंग, ग्रैटिट्यूड. These are the 2G formula for developing relationship. 2G, giving and gratitude. Are you ready to always give in relationship? Are you always feeling gratitude in relationship, or complain? हमेशा complain है, मतलब that is opposite to gratitude, is complain. And opposite to giving is taking, always taking. So then relationship will not be very healthy and happy. So relationship, we should spend equal time, a sufficient amount of time to strengthen relationship. That is called emotional bank account, EBA. Emotional bank account कैसे आता है? जैसे बैंक अकाउंट में यू डिपॉजिट एंड देन विथड्रॉ, है ना? उसी तरह से रिलेशनशिप में भी यू डिपॉजिट एंड देन विथड्रॉ. बट अगर आप डिपॉजिट नहीं कर रहे हो और ओनली विथड्रॉ कर रहे हो तो क्या होगा? बैंकरप्ट हो जाएंगे, है ना? तो उसी तरह से रिलेशनशिप में हम केवल विथड्रॉ कर रहे हैं एंड डिपॉजिट नहीं कर रहे हैं, है ना? So how to deposit in relationship? 6 things. Keep commitments. Little things matters a lot. जैसे बच्चे को खिलौना चाहिए, उसके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. For you it may be little thing, but for him it is very big thing. And if you ignore, you lose your opportunity to develop relation with your child. The little things matters a lot. Don't think this is little. Little things can make big impact in relationship. इतनी छोटी सी बात को इतना इश्यू बना रहे हो, That is not छोटी बात है. And then understand each other. Understanding each other. Understanding means needs, interest, concerns and expectation. Nice. सामने वाले व्यक्ति का क्या nice है? Nice means needs, interest, concerns and expectations. Don't always focus on your nice. That's what understanding. That comes by understanding. When we understand the person. What is his need? My need is different. His need may be different. So like that. Studying, understanding. And then clarify expectations. Sometimes you expect something else and the person doesn't know. So clarify expectations clearly. You know? And then show personal integrity. Don't talk about the person. Talk to the person. Don't talk about. Talk to the person. So personal integrity means behind the back, don't talk about the person. उस व्यक्ति से बात, उसके अंदर कुछ कमी, उसी से बात. इधर उधर बात करेंगे, रिलेशन और खराब होगा. Be very honest. And then A means apologize sincerely when you make mistake. There is some mistake. So these 6 things, if you do in a relationship, your relationship will be very healthy. And then you can make withdrawal also. Sometimes you can chastise also. People will not mind. रिलेशन जहाँ अच्छा होता है ना, अब देखो फ्रेंड्स जो है बर्थडे के दिन लात जूते से मारते हैं, बुरा नहीं मानता कोई, है कि नहीं? और रिलेशन खराब हो और गलती से टच भी कर गया तो क्यों टच किया इसने? Why did you do like that? वो मुस्कुरा क्यों रहा है मेरे को देखकर? If relationship is bad, good things also you make it bad. है ना? So that level of relationship we have to take कि यहाँ पे अगर हमने मार भी दिया तो भी व्यक्ति पॉजिटिव रहता है ना? And if you follow these 6 things, then relationship can come to that level. And then health तो आप लोग जानते हैं कैसे से करना है. Then some social service करिए. You all can help us. No, we are trying to spread this goodness in the society, this knowledge. So whatever way you all can support us or anyway, no? Like ISKCON, we are distributing food to the कोरोना पीरियड में भी हमने बहुत फूड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन किया प्रसाद. So such kind of initiatives we should take part in somewhere like that.